Algeria's history begins with ancient Berber tribes who inhabited the region. The area was influenced by various civilizations, including the Phoenicians and Carthaginians. The Romans conquered North Africa, including Algeria, in the 2nd century BCE. After the fall of Rome, the region became part of the Byzantine Empire. In the 7th century CE, Arab Muslim armies brought Islam to Algeria. The Berbers gradually converted to Islam and established various Islamic dynasties. By the 11th century, the Almoravid dynasty, originating from Morocco, controlled Algeria. The Almohad dynasty succeeded the Almoravids in the 12th century. The Ottoman Empire began its influence in the 16th century, establishing rule over Algeria. Algeria was ruled by Ottoman beys, local governors, under the nominal control of the Ottoman Sultan. In the early 19th century, the region faced increasing European interest. France began military campaigns in Algeria, starting with the invasion in 1830. By 1847, France had effectively established colonial control over Algeria. French rule imposed significant changes, including land redistribution and cultural suppression. Algerians experienced economic exploitation and political repression under French colonialism. The early 20th century saw the rise of nationalist movements seeking independence. The Algerian nationalist movement gained momentum after World War II. The National Liberation Front (FLN) led the struggle for independence from France. The Algerian War of Independence began in 1954, marked by armed conflict and political turmoil. The FLN organized both military and political efforts to challenge French rule. The conflict was characterized by guerrilla warfare, bombings, and harsh French military responses. The war also involved intense international diplomacy and support for the Algerian cause. In 1962, the Evian Accords were signed, leading to a ceasefire and the end of the war. Algeria officially gained independence from France on July 5, 1962. Ahmed Ben Bella became the first president of Algeria. Algeria established itself as a one-party socialist state under the FLN. The country faced economic challenges and political instability in its early years. In the 1980s, economic problems and political dissatisfaction led to unrest. The early 1990s saw a struggle between the government and Islamist groups. In 1992, the military intervened to cancel elections that Islamist groups were set to win. This action led to a decade-long civil conflict known as the Black Decade. The conflict resulted in widespread violence and loss of life. The 2000s saw efforts to restore stability and economic development. Algeria continued to face challenges with political reform and economic diversification. In recent years, there has been increased demand for democratic reforms. The Arab Spring of 2011 influenced political movements within Algeria. Protests and calls for change intensified, leading to political adjustments.